friends, welcome to this edition of Crazy Critters. I thought it would be fun for us to talk about our good friend Sunshine, the California Desert Tortoise. We haven't had a chance to see her, look at her for a while. If you remember, she is a California Desert Tortoise, and the scientific name for that is Gopherus agassizi. Remember, she's a tortoise, not a turtle. Can you remember what the main difference is between those two? If you said that turtles like water, then you would be correct. Tortoises do not really go in water at all. They will drink it, and Sunshine usually gets a nice warm bath after she wakes up from hibernation, but she cannot swim, and so we have to make sure we keep her safe from that kind of water. So tortoises are reptiles, and those characteristics include being cold-blooded, having scales. They do have a backbone, and most of them lay eggs. Now, a desert tortoise can range in the wild up to 50 years, but we know that they can live over 100 years if they're well taken care of. They typically weigh somewhere between 8 and 15 pounds, with the females being a little bit larger than the males. And California Desert Tortoise are really only found in the Mojave Desert in California and in Nevada, Arizona, and Utah. Sunshine is an herbivore, and an herbivore is an animal that only eats plants, fruits, vegetables, grasses. For her, things like dried leaves, grasses, some greens are the best thing for her. But her absolute favorite food is watermelon. And I just wanted you to check out her coming for her food. She sees red and she's like, oh, it's got to be watermelon. Her least favorite food is kale. She will dig through the pile to avoid the kale, but it's really good for her too. We feed her mixed greens, dandelions. We pick dandelions off the playground, and clover, really good for her. Sometimes they'll eat roses or other types of plants that grow in your garden, but her favorite is definitely watermelon. And they don't have teeth. They have like a beak that they pull with, and I hope you can see her little tongue there, because her tongue is just the cutest thing. We have to be really careful. She will, just like a little kid, gorge herself. She will just eat and eat and eat watermelon until it kind of makes her sick. So we'll give her some today, and then we'll alternate with some greens tomorrow. Make sure she gets in the things that she needs. But just check out that tongue again. So cute. Again, she doesn't have teeth. She has a little beak at the front of her face there. And she just loves that watermelon. So a question that always comes up in our classroom is, how can you tell if the tortoise is a girl or a boy, male or female? And it's actually pretty difficult to tell, especially if they're very young. Now, if you had your tortoise from the time they were an egg, then the gender, male or female, is determined by the heat of incubation. So how warm was it when the egg was incubated? If the temperature was on the warmer side, then you end up with female tortoise. And if the temperature is on the cooler side, so in the 80s, you end up with a male. Since we don't know how hot or cool the incubation process was for Sunshine, we can take a look at the underneath of her shell and see if it looks different and be able to tell if she is a boy or a girl. We are assuming she's a girl because that's what we were told. But if you look at this diagram here, you'll see that the part of the shell called the plastron is concave. So it means it's kind of rounded in on a male, and that the female's is flatter, and that helps the female to carry eggs. So we're going to look for that. The other thing is there's a part at the back of her shell called the scute, And in a female, it's more of an acute angle, almost like a V, whereas the male's is more of a rounded, almost like I don't know, a U. So we're going to take a look and see if we can determine if Sunshine is a boy or a girl. All right, I'm going to go out and get Sunshine, and we're going to see if we can tell based on looking at that plastron, that part of the shell, if she is truly a female or if we've made a mistake and she is a boy. Let's go get her. All right, here she is. So the part we're looking at is back here. I'm gonna hold her up for just a second. You can see it's flat, and that is the sign. This is the plastron back here. It's nice and flat. The other thing that they say is that the tail, her tail's right in here, it's pretty short. I'm gonna turn this because the glare from that light there. Her tail is short, and males have a longer tail. And then that scoot, oh, it's right where her tail is more of a V shape. Do you see that V shape right there? Indicating that she is indeed a girl. Yay! I know she doesn't like being held like this at all. Well, that's it for this episode. Please like this video and share it with your friends and family. Make sure you stop by the Keep Room sometime and say hello to our dear friend Sunshine. While she might be not very talkative, she is a great listener, and she loves it if you bring her things like blueberries or watermelon and some kale too. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you next time.